Black suit Spider-Man. Boy, I'm telling you, when Peter puts on those black threads, he becomes a completely different person. No more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. If you ever decide to become a petty criminal in the future, think again, cause this man will leave you traumatized and will have you contemplating your life decisions. And God forbid you and your homies decide to work together and jump him, cause I promise you, he will do you worse than Joker did to Barbara Gordon. But enough long talks and let's tap in. Alright, so the episode begins with Electro putting on this nice guy act to fool the doctors into believing he's cured. And I genuinely do not understand why she fell for this. Like, do you not see how this man looks? He should be getting football numbers right now. But besides all that, she lets him go, and as soon as he's free, he makes a phone call to none other than Doc Ock. Electro's like, hey, I made it out. That's good, I'm real happy for you, but don't forget the plan though. And Electro says, trust me, I can't wait for the both of us to jump Spider-Man. And Doc's like, hold on, who said it was just gonna be the two of us?
What do you mean by that?
He hangs up the call and looks at Vulture, and he already know what time it was. So later, the Vulture delivers food to Rhino and Sandman, and Sandman's like, man, I ain't eating that shit, which is honestly fair. Look at that shit sticking to the glass. Not gonna lie, I'd rather eat an Arby's chicken sandwich than that.
I am disgusted.
Anyways, Vulture tells him, listen, don't worry about that, we about to jump Spider-Man. That night, we see Electro pull up to the prison and take out two guards, and fries the generators, causing a blackout. Rhino knows that's his cue, so we see him and Sandman escaping from their cells. They go to break out Doc Ock, Vulture, Shocker, and the rest out of their cell. And as soon as they get to the courtyard, Electro helps them escape. There is no one else to blame for this besides that damn doctor. Honestly, she must have been him on the low. Anyways, Electro starts charging up Doc Ock's tech as we see Hammerhead pulling up. He gives everyone their suits and leads them back to New York. Peter wakes up and heads downstairs to talk to Aunt May. She tells Peter that she doesn't want to go to the movie theaters today with her friend because she doesn't feel well. And Peter's like, Aunt May, you've been having these tickets for a minute, go have fun. And she agrees. This is how I know Peter could be an absolute dumbass sometimes, cause if he just turned around and looked at the TV for 1 second, he'd realize, my entire rogues gallery just escaped from prison. Maybe it's not a good idea for my aunt to be going places right now. Hey, I'm just saying. But after this, he goes to meet Eddie, and bro is not messing with him at all. He tells Peter how much he hates him right now and that Peter tends to use people to get ahead in life. Hey, not too much on my boy Peter now. Dude got a lot on his plate. Lord knows if I had spider powers, best believe I'm turning into an anti-hero. Before Eddie leaves, he says,
what you need is a taste of your own medicine. Have something you care about taken away.
Like, was that supposed to be a threat? I'm not sure.
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
In the next scene, Peter is swinging across the city. He lands on top of this building and says, damn, I really just lost my day one. Man, I don't need that, nigga. All I need is this black suit. As he swings off, we cut to Aunt May and her friend at the movie theaters, and everything is going great until the police show up. And in the next moment, we see Rhino ramming into the police, causing chaos. Aunt May, seeing this, says, hold up, ain't that the fat ass Rhino guy from the news? As he throws a police car across the street. It's looking bad, but Spider-Man shows up on time, unlike some heroes. His spidey sense start tingling, and as he's wondering what's wrong, he gets punched by Sandman. And then we see every single one of Spider-Man's villains pulling up. I'ma be honest, this is some shit. Y'all are a bunch of grown-ass men ganging up on a teenager. This is why I only mess with Green Goblin. Bro is the only one that'll give Peter the once. Aunt May proves to be a real nigga and stands up for Spider-Man. But Spider-Man doesn't want to see her hurt, so he takes Aunt May and her friend inside the theater. He's checking up on them, seeing if they're okay, but Doc picks him up by the back of the head and throws him. Shocker's like,
yeah, boy.
And shoots him. Electro tries to attack Spider-Man, but he dodges. We then go to Aunt May having a heart attack. Bro, I swear, Peter can't catch a break these days. Imagine having to fight 6 of your sworn enemies at once, and while you're fighting them, your aunt has a heart attack. Yeah, I would have quit being Spider-Man right there. Spider-Man jumps over Rhino and dodges Electro's blast. He tries to swing up, but Vulture comes through, so Spider-Man swings towards him and tries to punch the gate. But Vulture was prepared for that. Doc grabs him and throws him towards Sandman, and Sandman hits him with a home run. Okay, I see you, Marco. You should have been an athlete instead of a damn criminal. Spider-Man, knowing he can't win, retreats, and the Sinister Six try to follow him, but he gets away. We cut to Eddie, and he's trying to get back at Peter by hooking up with MJ, which is like, okay, Peter literally has Liz and Gwen fighting over him, so I don't think that would work as much as you think. When Peter makes it back home, he gets a call from J. Jonah Jameson, and Peter, thinking that he's gonna get chewed out for not taking pictures of Spider-Man, ignores it and goes straight straight to sleep. But little did he know, Jonah was going to tell him about Aunt May's heart attack. We cut to the Sinister Six having dinner while the cops are outside. Basically, everyone has their own ulterior motives and they don't really trust each other. Doc speaks up and says, listen, if we want Spider-Man, all we have to do is draw him out. So we go back to Peter still asleep as the radio starts reporting that hostages are being held at the bank. While he's still KO'd, the symbiote gets up and decides to handle the situation on its own. So it swings to the scene, but Vulture cuts the web. Sandman picks him up and throws him. Electro shoots him away and Rhino gives him a mean punch. Shocker tries to get his licks in, but Spider-Man dodges it. But we see Doc Ock coming out of nowhere throwing Spider-Man to the ground. And I'm surprised bro hasn't woken up from that. His spine gotta be shattered into a million pieces by now. We then see Doc Ock picking him up and Rhino's like,
there's no way out of this one.
As he charges in, Peter shoots a web at both his and Doc Ock's face. Electro, thinking that he's the shit, shoots Spider-Man with lightning, but it ends up hitting Doc Ock, sending both of them flying. And they need to cut Electro loose immediately. He does not have friendly fire off. We cut back to Eddie and MJ on the highway, and Eddie is doing nothing but talking about Peter the entire time. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, get his out your mouth, gang. MJ obviously wasn't messing with this, so she gets off of Eddie's bike and says that Peter's a better man than he'll ever be. And if I was Eddie, I would have cut my losses and went home. My boy Peter is pulling all the hoes left and right. Bro's moving like prime Duke Dennis. We go back to Spider-Man as he's dodging Doc Ock's arms until he lands on the ledge. Shocker tries to get him, but Peter dodges it. Then he kicks one of Doc Ock's arms away, and when he reaches the ground, Sandman is there about to throw a punch. But he yanks Doc Ock down, making him crash into Sandman. Electro nicks Peter on the shoulder, but he rolls out of the way and uses his webs to slam both him and Shocker onto the ledge. But Sandman was able to recover, and he gave him a mean haymaker. Sandman and Vulture start charging in, but Spider-Man jumps up just in time for the two of them to crash into each other. There's no time to relax because Rhino picks up a piece of the bridge and throws it, but Spider-Man webs the ledge and uses the momentum to hit Rhino. We then see Electro and Shocker trying to hit him, but he dodges everything and he webs up their feet, making them fall to the ground. Rhino recovers and Spider-Man starts emoting, daring him to come. So Rhino charges in, but Peter moves out of the way and gets on his chest. He webs Rhino's face, and when Shocker and Electro get back up, they shoot their blasts at him. But Peter dodges, making the blast hit Rhino instead. Shocker keeps blasting and tells Electro, hey, go get him, I got you, while Spider-Man is still struggling to hold up Rhino. When Electro gets close, Spider-Man throws Rhino on top of him, leaving him trapped there. After everyone pulls up, Peter tries to dip into the sewers again, but Vulture was not planning on letting him get away. So he flies down there and tackles him, and when Shocker sees what's going on, he says, move, I'm not trying to hit you. But Peter dodges Shocker's blast and goes on Vulture's back, taking a little headpiece off his head as he knocks him out and takes a device from his feet. Peter spins back and throws the same device at Shocker's gauntlet, breaking it. Just as you think it's safe, Sandman pulls up, but Peter jumps over him as Shocker uses his other gauntlet, hitting Sandman. Peter then yanks Shocker through Sandman, and as soon as his gauntlet touches him, Sandman turns into regular sand. We then see our boy kicking Shocker in the chest while stealing his gauntlet. As Sandman's about to recover, Spider-Man throws that shit, getting him out of the fight. Shocker then comes in and punches Spider-Man with a broken gauntlet, causing a big explosion. But it ends up taking out Shocker. So that's 5 out of 6 of y'all taken out by one teenager. This villain thing clearly ain't working out for y'all. Might as well start applying for actual jobs. So all that leaves is Doc Ock. He sneaks up on Peter, grabbing him by the back of the head. And he says, hey, I'm glad you stopped making those stupid ass jokes. Now shit can finally get serious. And all I'm gonna say to that is good luck. Cause we all know that if Spider-Man goes quiet, then you're cooked. You're gonna be eating through a straw for the next year and a half. But they start to fight and Peter is dodging all of Doc Ock's attacks until Doc Ock grabs his leg and throws him away. But Peter, being an absolute demon, grabs the light pole and uses that momentum to kick Doc Ock in the face. He picks Dr. Octavius up and is about to kill him, but the police show up just in time, saving Doc Ock from certain death. So Peter leaves. And that's where I'm gonna end the video. I had to drop straight peak for y'all. Thank you for watching, and yeah, subscribe and I'll see you next time.